Hello, I'm Joshua, and I'm an INTP. And first and foremost, I would like to say thank you for viewing this video and subsequently visiting my channel. The topic of this video is going to be on myself, and the reason I'm making this video is because I just want to give an update for where I'm at, because a while back I made a video on my desire to walk away from YouTube and stop making content, but I've made content as of late, and so people may be wondering what is it that I have planned. And honestly, I don't know, man. Like, I really don't know. And my creativity is something that's not been extremely germinative in the ways in which it used to be. I mean, at least I'm just going through a different kind of phase right now. Nothing seems to be coming to me in the kind of coherent tapestry that it used to come in. And what I mean is, usually I have a video come to me in its entirety right then and there, and that's what I do after. And then I just say, whatever it is I have in mind in terms of an argument. Usually it's an argument it's been constructing in my head, and then it just reveals itself to me, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I'll just present that. And that's not what's occurring currently. I mean, it's just I don't really know what to talk about, and I don't really know what to work on. I mean, because quite honestly, it's like, what do I do? Um, uh, I'm a math major and I'm a physics major, and most of what I do on YouTube has nothing to do with math and physics. And I don't really want to put math and physics on YouTube because there are already plenty of brilliant, good sources out there for people to look at, such that I don't think I need to burden or labor myself with that task. Um, uh, I mean, I'll just put it like this. 16 type series. Do I want to do that thing still, or do I not want to do that thing still? I made a video on INFJs. I made a video on ESFJs. I committed to an on ESFJs. Like, Jesus Christ. I mean, I did that. And I'll tell you, man, like, the hardest thing with the on such and such type kinds of videos is that the way I approach topology is just not the way most people approach topology. And I just don't necessarily know whenever I do those things if they're really going to communicate what I'm hoping they communicate to people. I mean, and so, I'm a bit apprehensive because if I'm going to be frank, most of the other types that I have left to cover are not always temperamentally as open as the other types. And so whenever you do something creative, man, like, people may not necessarily appreciate it. And so that's one thing that I have apprehension towards. I don't want to be looked at as a freak, man. I'm already weird enough, like, I am a pretty weird person, but I don't want to seem like a crazy person in front of people. I mean, one thing I know with my ideas is that they're not ever really technically wrong. I mean, even if people don't agree with them, they're not actually ever really technically wrong. Part of the Well, whatever. All right, so I'm not going to get into that. Like, it's the case. A lot of times I can't really know. Let's just put it like that. I can't really know whether or not something as is accurate unless people inform me of its accuracy, because what I'm trying to reach for, what I'm trying to do oftentimes is not something that you can evaluate in the ways in which you'd evaluate somebody just talking about this function does this or this function does that and so on and so forth. So yeah, so those are my apprehensions, and also it's the case that I also want to start looking at ethics and morality a lot, man. And I mean, that's the thing that's really getting my goat these days. Partly because I think whenever I look out at society, I think that there are more problems in the world from a human well-being standpoint than any other standpoint. And why I say that is because, well, I don't want to go into that, but let me just say that that's definitely the case. And I'm unmotivated, man. I'm drastically unmotivated. I mean, I just finished the semester. I don't have class right now. I'm not tutoring right now, and I'm not teaching right now. So, I mean, I just kind of want to break from, I guess, expectations. It's never really thinking that I get tired from, and it's never really dealing with ideas or generating ideas. It's presenting those things because oftentimes when I'm presenting ideas, I feel like I'm dealing with people's expectations more so than anything. And I have to say things in such a way that most people, well, I mean, not most people, but people can understand them in a manner which is um, coherent enough for somebody to follow the train and track of my ideas. And I'm very, I mean, that takes some work. Not as much work as I'm making it out to seem, but I'm just lazy right now, man. Like very lazy right now. I really am. I'm writing in my journal and things like that. I'm trying to motivate myself, people. I really am, but it's not coming. Like it's really not coming. And I mean, I need to be posed some sort of problem. And so my problem prior that I came onto YouTube with was that I need to revise topology completely and turn it into something uh, more empirically valid. And that I found was just not possible. So I don't have any problem set for me to solve in terms of the, personality landscape. So if anybody wants to give me one, I don't know if I'll accept it, but if anybody wants to pose something like a question or something, not really a request. Like don't give me a request, give me a question or like a challenge, something like something like that, and I'll see what I can do. But maybe that'll help motivate me and things like that. I don't know, man. Like I don't know if I should keep making content because I know the more content I make and the more content I make that's akin to most people's interests and predilections, the more likely I am to be misunderstood, and I just don't want to deal with that necessarily. Um so yeah, that's my video. And feel free to comment.